What's good, beautiful family? Welcome to another edition of the J4 Quadrant. We are still in education, and today's subject is what is the purpose of a college degree? I'm fortunate enough to travel throughout the United States, and I ask beautiful young people this particular question, and inevitably they'll say, get a job, right? That's true. College certainly is a pathway to a job, but there's a beautiful set of years and classes all in between starting and graduating and job, right? So the purpose of a college degree has to be more than just an end goal of a job, right? When they say job, they're also talking about money, right? They see college associated with money. So we want to stretch the conversation a little bit today and get beyond just the ultimate goal of a career and the financial benefit that comes with jobs that are associated with college degrees, but begin to just tease it out from an 18-year-old perspective, what you guys think the purpose of a college degree is, and then from the father's perspective who have some degrees, kind of what we see the purpose of it is. So without further delay, I'm sorry, first of all, let me say what's up, get y'all in the room. JB3, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Ready to spit some stuff.
I feel you. All right. Elias, how you feeling?
Feeling good, ready to spit some stuff,
Gene, how you feeling?
I'm ready to spit hot fire.
Hot fire. Spit. All right. Now, we have one rule to this. You cannot repeat the same thing that a person before you said, okay? So our goal is to get 8 reasons or a purpose of a college degree from our perspective for the beautiful audience, and we've already given you 2. Job and money. All right, that's off the table. All right, Elias, what you got for us?
All right, so I think the purpose of a college degree is to get a social bridge, to provide a social bridge from high school to life.
Let me spit a little bit there, JB3. Wipe your chin off right there. Break that down. A social bridge.
Social bridge. I like it.
Break that down.
So when I say social bridge, I mean, obviously I'm 18 right now. I don't think that if I was put out into the real world, I would be successful. I think right now I rely a lot on my parents. I rely a lot on just a lot of people in my life. And I think that the college, it provides you a way to kind of distance yourself from your parents a little bit. And then it also provides you ways to just grow with that's a different one. That's my other one. But it provides you a way to kind of socially learn how to live in the real world.
Yep.
All right. Don't wipe that shit off. JB3, go ahead. What you got?
So my first one would be to establish a professional part of yourself so that you can function at a high level in important settings. So what that would be is if you were in a setting where you would be playing a boss role, how would you function professionally around other people lower than you, and how would you get around in that area? Or if I would be presenting in a meeting, or even if I got randomly encountered somebody like that would give me a great opportunity, how would I capitalize on the opportunity, and how would I go get around that so that I could get the most out of that? So I think just to establish a professional part of yourself in certain areas, I think that's one of a really good, really high part of college.
All right, boy, y'all spitting today. Go get your little chin right there.
Get it off the chin.
All right. So we got social network, professional skill development. All right. Big J?
Well, there's a lot of debates that have been emerging over recent years about what the actual value of education is, right? As college tuitions and all the costs associated have escalated, some have even argued that it's not worth getting the college degree because of all the debt that you attain. However, one of the things that I would say is that there are elements of specialized training, nursing, engineering, construction building, right? Elements that are specialized that require an intensive, fully embedded training mechanisms through curriculum and experiential moments, internships, and all these kind of things that outside of that structured environment, you're just not going to get. As much as you and I would like to be able to build, I don't know, a fence in the backyard. Without that kind of training, I wouldn't want to see what my output would be of building a fence, to be quite honest. So specialized training is one of the components of college, earning a degree, that are really critical to one's long-term success.
Can I ask a question real quick?
100%.
Yeah. So when you talk about specialized training, what about the trade schools? Is that like a different type of like college experience, or like?
Absolutely, and that's not to say that college is the only way to achieve success, to be a high achiever in the world that we live in. But we do know that there are some elements of specialized training. Again, I mentioned a couple of them: engineering, construction. From a construction management standpoint, certainly being a physician, a doctor, right? There's higher competency levels of science and math and some of these things that you're going to get in the classroom experience. Whereas perhaps if one was wanting to do a trade, there's an equally successful and even profitable pathway to that, including ownership and entrepreneurship. So it's not a either or type scenario. Both are offered in certain formats, but education, broadly speaking, is not just about college, but specifically here we're talking about the college degree attainment.
Man, that's a great point, because in no way do we want to come off elitist, suggesting that college is the pathway and because an electrician, a plumber, fix your air condition, they make bank, right? But the key, though, is that they do have to go through some kind of learning process. So maybe a better way to say this is, what is the purpose of education, right? Our benefit is within the college space. All right, so I see a little drip there, Gene. Let me see what I will add. This part is tied to my second part. But for this one, the purpose of college is to literally meet the world. And when I say that, is to find yourself in a concentrated space and time where literally the world is represented and accessible to you from your roommates, members in your organizations or fraternities and sororities, in your classes. Most universities have international students. They have every religion, political ideal, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, way of being in the world, and all of that is around you, right? So it's difficult to replicate that in high school and in your neighborhoods and in your sports teams, but in college, you literally are one of the few times in a concentrated period of time where you literally are meeting, engaging, connecting, and learning about the journey of all human beings. Representatives of the 7.7 billion are literally in most college spaces. So that's what I would throw on the table.
I see a lot of gray.
Yeah, it is. All right, that's round one. No repeating. Elias, you're back up.
All right, so I actually am going to kind of tie into what you're talking about meeting the world, but I think it provides an environment for brainstorming where young people can get together, use all their smarts, their own backgrounds, and brainstorm. That's why you see so many companies. Facebook was founded in a college. Reddit was founded in a college. There are all these things founded in just with a few dudes' college dorms, or dudettes, females.
Yeah, man. Just think about it. About a couple of 100,000, whatever, 18-year-olds collapsed on each other, willing to take risks, high creativity, wanting to do it, putting together resources. You got the web skills, you got the finance, you got the marketing coming together, right? I like that. I ain't mad at you. I like that. JB3, I don't know. What you got?
So I kind of got this, my second one from learning in sociology class. Sorry, however you say that. I don't know. But this is solidifying your identity of who you are, whether it's helping people or helping to spread awareness in the world, building a better social structure for the world. And I just say that's like doing your part. What are you doing in the world as a part of a human being? What are you doing in the world to either push forward this or do that, or what are you holding? What part of a structure are you holding up in the world to have everything move smoothly in the world? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Learning about the world, using your education to be relevant to the world. Yeah. To think beyond just your own achievement, right? But to be relevant to the lives of other people.
Yeah.
Right.
You wipe that off. For sure.
Yeah.
High five.
Hey, G, they making it tough, dog.
Real talk. Real talk.
Thinking. All right.
Real talk.
What's your
Well,
last?
thinking. Here we go. I'll take the next one because you just prompted me with thinking.
Teach them youngins. Teach them youngins.
So during your time period in college, you develop systems of complex thought that solves life's problems. You develop a systematic approach to thinking, and you talk to people about, hey, what do you think about this? Your roommate, right? Or a professor, or this young little, fine thing that's walking down the hallway next to you, or whatever the case is. You engage and you're asked to solve problems in classroom. You're asked to solve problems societally. You're asked to evolve your mindset around politics, religion. Gene mentioned sociological context, right? All these things during this time collegiately, you are developing these systematic approaches to solve complex problems. Fire out the mouth. Like a dragon.
I like it. Actually, y'all stole my stuff, man. Check this out. The purpose of a college degree is to get high. Okay, no reaction there?
We're waiting because we know that ain't it.
Yeah.
I got it typed in the bucket.
We know you're not promoting that.
I'm ready.
You ready? Check this out. JB3, check this out. You ever like cross country runners? I was a cross country runner. Elias looked at the yearbook the other day. I got proof. I was in the cross country picture. Ran a 4:17 mile. To run a 4:17 mile, that means you have to run a whole lot of miles before that in preparation for the actual mile, right, JB3? Yeah. There are times for a runner when you are running long distance where you actually transcend out of your body almost and you become euphoric. They call it a runner's high. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yep. Where you feel like you could run forever and your feet aren't even touching the ground. You're just floating. It's a combination of adrenaline, euphoria, energy, blood flowing. Just all of this combination is very hard to achieve, but sometimes you can achieve it in an athletic space where you're just in the zone, right? There is actually an intellectual, scholarly space where you actually enter into a zone and you become high on learning. You become high in your scholarship. You begin to develop a certain kind of confidence and a certain kind of intellectualism where you realize I'm grooving with the knowledge. I'm connecting all these different genres and discipline of information. I'm becoming inspired by what I learn. It means you're not there begrudgingly, but you're leaning in and you're feeling the information and you're curious and you're thirsty for it. And you start connecting dots. And when you write your paper, you think your hand is moving faster than your mind, or you're typing because you're just in that groove. So the purpose of a college degree is to discover your intellectual self and to realize that you are a thinking, highly intelligent scholar. And that kind of ownership of a college space, man, it just kind of makes you feel educationally high.
I like that.
I gotta wipe it off. Wipe that one off.
We all wiping it off, man.
Let me add on that one.
Go ahead, brother.
So, like, you there's so many things you could learn and like get into in college, and I would say like high school, like you could really get, like you said, like you're not begrudgingly there. I feel like a lot of times in high school, a lot of people feel like they're held hostage there and just like there just to learn forcefully. So I feel like when you're building up in high school and building that path to get to college, like there's so much more look there for college to build upon yourself, man. And I feel like you should just like really push to get to college. That's why people want good grades in high school so they can get to a good college and really find really a lot of opportunities to find themselves.
Boom. Absolutely. JB3, we'll use those as your last words unless there's anything you want to add. Boom. All right, Elias, your last thoughts on our subject or purpose of education?
I think the purpose of education is to get conversations going like these, like you were talking. I feel like there's a few times when we were getting high in this one where we were just working off each other, just riffing. And I think that once you find that in any educational space, great things will happen.
Some of your most fondest memories will be after some event in your dorm room, walking back from something that you saw and just connecting with whoever's with you, man, and just feeling it and giving yourself permission to just be inspired by something, to applaud it, right? To say, man, that was something, right? A college space is the highest space for learning. You ought to be impressed. Mm-hmm. You know, the classes you take, the professor wrote the book, right? You know, that's a state of mind, man. No doubt. Man, y'all dripping. Gene, go on, drip one last time for us. We close it out.
Well, I mean, you talked about the monetary elevation, right? If college is about elevating yourself, separating yourself into a higher plane, it's about $1 million difference in terms of lifetime earnings for those who go to college and earn. This is just a bachelor's degree and those who don't, right?
Right.
Which is $25,000 a year difference in terms of earnings. I mean, at the same time, you can't place a value upon the things that were just being talked about as far as the opportunity to learn, as far as, I mean, you know, when you finally work through that equation that produces an outcome that can help you go into another level of helping society in some way. When you learn a theoretical practice or principle that unlocks a key for your own personal recognition and realization of something maybe you've been dealing with for your whole life, and now you're open to a whole new way of thinking. There's no value that you can place on that piece of it. So the value of it is exceedingly beyond what any of us imagine. You know, the $1 million difference and $25,000 a year. I mean, that's pennies compared to the intellectual and emotional growth that one, even psychologically, will experience during that time period.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now, I like this session here. All right, I'm going to close out like this, y'all. We talked about a lot of different things, and all of it is intertwined, right? If you think college is about money, even though it is an outcome, then you are paycheck motivated. However, you heard us talk today that college has a chance to impact people, right? So we're challenging ourselves and you all to not be paycheck motivated, that'll come, but to be people motivated, because college degree is often a minimum requirement for certain types of jobs. It literally will say bachelor's degree required. Those jobs are often jobs that have high influence upon people. Teachers, college degree requirement, attorneys, scientists, all of these folks impact people. So the college process ought to be everything that we shared, but also a readiness that when you get in a decision-making position with that minimum degree requirement, that you are familiar, prepare, have empathy and care for the humanity that your decision-making will have an impact. So the purpose of a college degree is everything we talked about and more. Man, it's going to be beautiful, y'all. On behalf of J4, I'm AJ, your moderator. That's JB3, your graphic design. That is Elias Jones, your producer, and our visionary founder, the one and only Mr. Gene Boyd, y'all.